Oh, hi. Welcome back, guys. I'm very happy you're here. I was just kind of surveying my little closet here. I wish I had some more closet space. Unfortunately, you know, not a whole lot of room for for a whole ton of stuff. But hopefully at some point maybe that changes, and I can get a little bigger closet space now at some point. But I'd like to welcome you guys back, and I'm very happy you're here. And especially if you're new, welcome. Very glad you're here. Very glad you've found out about the channel, and hopefully you like the videos. If you do, hit the like button. If you really do, hit that subscribe button. I would love nothing better than to have you be a part of the channel. And I'm hockey. Anything hockey related, I love talking about it. Jersey unboxings, jerseys, general hockey. I love it. So if you're new and you want to hear somebody who loves talking hockey and doing jersey unboxings and all that, well, you've come to the right place. And hopefully you think I will have done a good enough job to earn a subscription from you guys. And hopefully maybe you'd tell your friends if you have any friends that are big hockey nuts or jersey collectors also. So what I'd like to discuss in this particular one is some of the different places that I've gotten my jerseys from, and like how long it takes to get from wherever you order it from to when it gets to where you're at. Like me, some of the places that I get jerseys from, one of the places I love getting jerseys from is sportsk.com. Awesome site. Really good deals on their jerseys. Matter of fact, did I get this one from SportsK, or did I get... No, I think this one I got from Ben. This one I got from Ben H Sports. Another one of my favorite places. But I wanted to talk shipping times. How long it takes to go from the store you order it from to the time it gets to you. So from one place to the other. Now, SportsK, they're in a suburb of Detroit, Michigan. I am in a suburb of Minneapolis, Minnesota. So Michigan to Minnesota it's not, they're separated by a couple of states. But normally when I order something from SportsK, like if I order something on, say, a Saturday, if I order a jersey or two from them on Saturday, it normally will get shipped out probably either late morning or early afternoon on the following Monday. So that's when normally then I'll get the notification for when they've packed it up and they've dropped it off either at UPS or the post office, one of the two. And normally, if it gets shipped out on a Monday, if it gets shipped out on a Monday, it will be here by Thursday, normally. Unless the post office or UPS completely screws up the, screws up the thing. Because I ordered a jersey from Sports K, and it literally took almost 2 full weeks to get to me. The damn thing got stuck in Minneapolis for 5 days. And I'm like, are you kidding? I would look each day, and it still would say, arrived at post office or whatever, Minneapolis, Minnesota. It said that's 5 days in a row. I'm like, what the hell are they doing to it? What they do, just, toss it aside and just let it sit there? I don't know, but it took almost 2 weeks to get it because it sat in Minneapolis for 5 days. Couldn't figure out why. Never did figure out why. It just was there. And I had one too where, because another one of the places I love to order from is Ben H Sports, Ben Hogan Band on eBay. Another great site. Now he's up in Canada. He's up in Ontario. I think he's in Ontario. I think not exactly positive right off the bat, but if you've never ordered through Ben, give him a look. Don't necessarily, check out his eBay store, but don't order straight through eBay. Email him, let him know what you want, and he can save you 10%, and he's absolutely phenomenal. I normally can get his stuff in... See, it's weird. It's weird. I can get his stuff from Canada in sometimes about the same amount of time as I would get something from Sports K. Maybe, like again, if I ordered something now, and he's really good too. When you let him know what you want, he gives you the price. You go into PayPal, you pay how much it is, and he will literally get it out. He'll get it prepared, get it in the box and everything, and he will literally drop it off like within maybe an hour later, couple hours later, sometimes the very next day, even on the weekends. He's really good on that. He's his stuff is fantastic, and he's got some really good deals too. Sometimes I can get his stuff in about the same amount of time. If it were to, and again, sometimes it ends up getting held up in customs or whatever, sometimes coming across the border. That's where the biggest hang up a lot of times comes from, because it'll say, and a lot of times he sends it out UPS, so you get the tracking information. It'll say, delivery day this day, but then for whatever reason, for UPS, it gets delayed somewhere. So you might have to wait an extra day, or even sometimes 2, if you, from the expected delivery date. But that's obviously that's not on Ben. That's not on the place that you get the jersey from. That's either, again, the post office, UPS, FedEx, whoever they ship through. And I had one, and this is when I think he was still going through, a lot of times he was still going through UPS, or not UPS, the post office, which up there, it's, I think, Canada Post, and then it would get it would get over the border and the post office would get a hold of it. Well, what happened was one time, and again, I don't know how the heck it happened, but it got to the post office. It got to the post office here in town. Because I watched the tracking on where it was. It ended up in the post office here in town. And then I look a little while later, and all of a sudden, the freaking thing left the post office here in town. Somehow, it got stuck on another truck, and it ended up in one of the other post offices that's like 80 miles away. Like 80 miles away, literally. I'm like, how? I even called the post office. I'm like, how in the hell did you guys pull this off? This thing went bouncing around. It went from the post office here in town to another post office like 80 miles away. Then eventually it went to St. Paul. Then it went from St. Paul to Minneapolis. It then sat in Minneapolis for 3 days. Then finally, it ended up back at the local post office, and then it was put on the right truck and finally dropped off to me. That was probably about a week and a half. It was just, and again, that's not the, that's not the seller's fault. That's, and I think that's when, because I think I had told Ben that, and I think from that point on, he's gone straight UPS. And UPS, of course, is pretty good. But I have heard that, and that's coming from here in, like for Sports K and for Ben H. Sports K, of course, is in Michigan. Ben is from, I believe, Ontario, Canada. But, so, I mean, stuff from Canada can get here at a, relatively decent amount of time. I mean, I had one jersey that I wanted to get. The only place I could find it was on the Canadian Lids site, lids.ca. Now, about that one, they don't ship to the States. They are strictly, Canada. They don't ship outside of Canada. And I really, really wanted this jersey. And again, the only place I could get it was the lids.ca site. Now, fortunately, I've got a friend of mine who lives in Winnipeg. I've known him and his dad for a long time. Him since he was probably about, 10 years old, I'd say. So, I mean, known him for a long time. Him and his dad both have the same type of job. They're both long-haul truckers who cross the Canadian border into the United States a lot. Excuse me. So what I had to do was, I'm like, how can I get this jersey? And then I remember I messaged him, and I asked him, and I said, there's this jersey that I really want to get, but it's on the lids.ca site. And at first I thought, I could maybe have him buy it from the site and then I would pay him back for it. But he's like, no, I think you can do it where you can pay for it and then have it shipped to, the address that he was at. And I went and I looked at that and I'm like, oh yeah, you can. Cool. So what I did was I bought the jersey, and he allowed me, thankfully, to use his address to have the jersey shipped to. So, and he was on the road when it arrived, and his fiance, his soon-to-be wife, went and grabbed it and basically held on to it until he got back. And it only took it literally took 2 days to get from wherever it got shipped at from the lids.ca site to his place in Winnipeg. Insanely fast. So then what he did was the next time he was coming through Minnesota, he would bring the jersey down, and when he did that, he went and he let me know when when he was coming into town, and he's like, yeah, let's meet at the truck stop in Rogers, Minnesota. It's right off the highway, and we did. We went over there, met up. I got the jersey, BS'd for a little while, and yeah, it worked. It worked out fantastic. And I unboxed I unboxed or unbagged that jersey here on the channel, and yeah, it worked out really nice. It was nice to have a friend up in Canada that I was able to do that with. But it's weird shipping. Sometimes, depending on where it gets shipped through, whether it's the post office, UPS, FedEx, DHL, whatever shipping company there is, it always, it's always kind of a crapshoot sometimes on when your stuff will get to you. And again, that's not on the seller. The seller gets the order, ships it out, and then after he ships it out, it's for him, it's out in the ether. So, it could get routed. It could get routed to one place and then get rerouted, as the one jersey of mine did, that ended up bouncing from the post office here in town to another one like 80 miles away, then back to the Twin Cities, stops in both Twin Cities, St. Paul and Minneapolis, then back to here. And the post office, they're just like, and it's just like, if I had hair, I'd have been like, ah. So, but and that fortunately that does not happen often. The most that a package might get delayed, like I said, is sometimes, when it's coming from Canada, it might get delayed coming over the border. It might get delayed by a day. So, like, if Ben ships the stuff, if Ben were to ship something out on Saturday, and it says, it should get here by Tuesday or even Wednesday, normally with UPS, you got to add an extra day onto there, because UPS, they hang it up somewhere just, to be, giant pains in the asses. But that happens, and, it's just, it just depends on who it gets shipped through. I would love to know, though, your guys' thoughts. Where are some of your guys' favorite spots to order jerseys from? And how long does it normally take? Where do you get it from the United States? Do you get it from Canada? Or do you live up in Canada and try to order something from here in the States? Because I've heard sportsk.com, where, yeah, it gets to us pretty fast down here, but shipping to Canada, that's a headache. That can end up being a major headache because of, whatever the reason, customs, or just, a bunch of people wanting to be jerks and hold the package up. Who knows? But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Where are some of your favorite places to get jerseys from? And how long did it normally take to get to you from when you bought it? From the buy date to the time it arrived. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on that, as to how long it took you to get your jersey from. And where are you at? Where are they at? you know, and see the time difference. Or, you know, if you've ordered from Ben, how long does it take to normally get one from Ben down to, you know, wherever you're at? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Because, you know, I mean, when you order jerseys, you know, they got to get shipped to you, and sometimes the shipping can be as they say, big pain in the ass. But you know, I mean, that's just part of the, you know, it's just part of, you know, I guess waiting for the jersey. But again, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Where are some of your guys' favorite places to get jerseys from? Where are they located? Where are you located? What's the time frame that you've normally been able to get the jersey from the place you order from to the time it gets to you? And if you are up in Canada, or even international, I mean, I'm not sure how long it takes the international shipping to go. Like if you're over in Europe and you order something from here in the States, how long does it take to get to you? I'd love to know that too. But yeah, that would be kind of neat to hear some of your guys' stories on that, and you know, just how long it took your stuff to get shipped to you and to finally arrive. Fortunately, now that we're out of the pandemic, you know, a lot of this stuff, you know, is open back up, and you can now get your stuff. You know, there were some people that, you know, they had stuff waiting here in the United States, but they were over in Canada and they couldn't cross the border for how long, so they had stuff sitting in a P.O. box for a year at least. So, you know, unfortunately now they're able to get a lot of that stuff. So again, you know, let me know your guys' experience. You know, where you've gotten the jersey from, where you're at, how long it takes, and if you're over in Europe or somewhere over the pond or whatever, let me know how long the international shipping takes to get from the United States to wherever you're at. I'd love to know that, because that's one I don't know. I don't know how long international shipping would take, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And again, you know, hopefully, you know, you're able to make it all the way through to the end of the video. And again, if you're new, you're just cruising on through. If you like the video, hit that like button. If you really like the video, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you be a part of the channel. Let your friends know that Larry NHL Hockey is here. If they are big hockey fans, send them my way. Hopefully they'll like the video and maybe they'll subscribe too. But yeah, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. The subscribe button is your friend. And again, let me know some of your guys' shipping experiences from, you know, from the United States, from Canada, international. I'd love to hear it all. And so let me know on that, and I will talk to you guys again very soon.